Hello students, in this chapter we'll cover the computer network, transmission media, network devices, type of network and topology. Okay, so let's begin.
First we have to discuss about computer network. This computer network means networking through computers. Fine. And networking means communication or connection between two or more individuals or two or more things. Fine. So if we have a network between two or more computers, then in that case that will be termed as computer networking. Like as you can see over here, fine, we have the central switch. With the help of this switch, there are few computers which are connected. There is one printer also in that same network. Fine. So it means all these three computers are able to communicate with each other, and it means it's an example of a network. Fine. Now let's read this. A computer network is a collection of computers connected to share information and resources with each other. The computers are connected using a communication medium such as cable, telephone lines, or satellites. A computer network enables devices to share hardware devices, exchange files, etc. Well, it simply means that a computer network is a collection of devices, computers, or other computer machines with the help of which we can share information or other resources. The computers are connected by using some cables or some mediums. Like you can see over here we have some cables. Fine. Here we have a microwave signal or any waveform signal. It means it's a wireless medium. Here we have a wired medium. Fine. So we need a medium for communication first. Then we need devices. And then we need a central device. Fine. So these are few things that we need for computer network. Fine. Now a computer network enables devices to share hardware devices, exchange files, and etc. It means by using a network we can share files, we can share data, we can share some hardware components also. Networking, it means right now the method that you are using for learning, it's a type of network. Fine. And we all are a part of this networking thing. Fine. This YouTube is also a type of network. The WhatsApp that you are using, it is also a part of a network. Fine. And we are using these networks for sharing the resources. Fine. If you will download that PDF from the group, that will be a type of network resource. That will be a PDF file. If you are watching this video is a part of a network resource. It means it is a content that you are using from a network. So these are some types of resources that we can grant or that we can avail from a network. Fine. Now, a computer network can be as small as just two computers. Fine. Suppose you are sharing some files between two computers. So for that you can share it. That share it is also a type of network that we are creating. Suppose you are using Bluetooth in your old phones for sharing files. So that Bluetooth will also help you to create a network. Fine. So for networking, minimum we need two computers, and at max we can have millions of computers. Fine. So it means a network can be as small as just two computers sharing resources with each other to as long as millions of computers connected with each other to share their resources. It means in a network, minimum we can have two computers and maximum we can have n number of computers. Fine. Now, internet is one of the largest network of computer which is spread across the world. It means internet is one of the biggest network that we have around us, and all the computers or machines or peripherals which have this networking capability are a part of this internet. On the basis of geographical area, there are four types of networks that we have. These four categories are LAN, MAN, WAN and CAN. So now one by one we have to discuss all these four. So we will start with the LAN first. LAN stands for Local Area Network. Fine. LAN stands for Local Area Network. As you can see over here, there are few computers. Fine. In a limited range, and these all are connected with the help of this little box. So this box can be a hub or a switch. Fine. Now, when two or more computers are connected within a small range, like a room, an office, building, or a campus. Fine. It means if in case we have a limited range, we have a limited area, and in that limited area, few computers are connected, in that case that network is termed as LAN. Fine. and the maximum range of a LAN is 10 kilometers. It means LAN has a limited capacity, that limited range is 10 kilometers, and in a LAN we can have minimum 2 computers and maximum 1000 computers. Well, it's very clear to us, I think so. Now for being in a network we need minimum 2 computers and maximum we need 1000 computers in a LAN. Fine. So it means in this LAN we need a small range. There will be only limited number of computers and that range is up to 10 kilometers. Fine. Now next we have metropolitan area network. Well, this metropolitan area network is very popular among us. Fine. I hope that you all have a cable TV in your home. And in that cable TV, the networking that we are using, that networking is MAN or metropolitan area network. Fine. Now this metropolitan area network is generally larger in compared to the LAN. First thing. Secondly, it covers a city. Fine. This metropolitan area can easily cover a city and it generally use wired medium. It means in this we will only have the wires. Fine. The size of a MAN can range from 10 to 50 kilometers. It means a MAN or a metropolitan area network can be of minimum 10 kilometers or it can be of maximum 50 kilometers. Fine. And the most common example is the cable TV network or the landline phones that we have. These are the examples of metropolitan area network. Fine. Now next we have to discuss about wide area network. Well, this wide area network is the most important thing and it is widely spread. Fine. Now when two computers or more than two computers which are located at a faraway place, fine, and these computers are linked with some communication technologies and they are performing some kind of communication, then that network will be termed as a wide area network. Fine. For example, recently there were some government meetings. In these government meetings there were some governments of different countries and all of them were talking by using some electronic technologies. Fine. They were conferencing by using video calls. So that video call can be used only in internet. Fine. So it means that internet is a type of wide area network. Fine. So it means in this wide area network, the parties or the individuals are located at faraway places and this network is very vast in size. The type of network covers very large geographical area. Fine. It can cover countries or continents. Fine. It is the biggest form of network that we have. By the help of this LAN, we can cover the network of multiple countries or continents. Fine. Now, mostly it is used by railway reservation system, ATMs and some other companies, and the largest example of WAN is internet. Fine. I think you all have that internet connection with you. So that internet connection is the example of WAN network. Fine. Now, for this WAN network, we use fiber optic cables and microwaves for sharing data and resources. Fine. So you have to learn this point that in WAN we will use fiber optic cables and microwaves. Now the last thing that we have to discuss is personal area network. Fine. In this personal area network, this type of network is used to connect the devices like printer, cell phones, tablets, etc. Fine. You might have seen that in our homes we have so many devices. Fine. We have Bluetooth headset, we have mobile phone, we have laptop, we have printers. Now suppose you are connecting your personal devices in a network. So that network of yours will be termed as your personal area network. Fine. Suppose I am sending some files from my phone to some other phone. So in that case, that small network will be termed as a PAN, a personal area network. Fine. The network coverage of this area is very small. It ranges from 5 meters to 10 meters. And generally in this we use either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Fine. Now suppose when you are using a wireless technology in this PAN, then it is also termed as WLAN. WLAN stands for Wireless Local Area Network. Fine. So this WLAN is also a part of our PAN network. Now we have to discuss about some networking devices. Our first networking device is modem. This modem stands for modulator and demodulator. Fine. Modem stands for modulator and demodulator. This modem generally converts the digital signal into the analog form. Fine. There are two types of modems, internal modem and external modem. Fine. Now this internal modem is something like this, and the external modem appears something like this. Fine. So these are the networking devices which will help you to be in a network. Then next we have hub and switch. This hub and switch are two most important devices in a computer network. Well, suppose we have to connect two or more computers in a network. Now for connecting two or more computers we need a central device. So this hub is that particular central device which will manage the traffic of the computers. Okay. So this hub is the central device that manages the flow of data across the network. A hub divides the bandwidth or communication speed equally. Fine, the best important thing is that this hub divides the speed equally between multiple computers. Fine. Then next we have switch. Switch, we can say that it's a bigger version of hub. In the switch we can connect more computers and it is more dedicated in compared to the hub. Switch is also a central device, but it provides signals only to the desired devices. Fine. So it means it will only communicate with those nodes which are giving a request signal. Fine. So that's why it is more dedicated in compared to the hub. Then next we have router and gateway. Router is a network device which is used to route the data across the different parts of a network. Fine. It is generally used for creating wireless networks. As you can see, we have some wireless antennas over here. So it is generally used to create the wireless networking. So that's why it is used in WAN. Next we have gateway. As the name suggests, it is a connection point of multiple networks. Fine. So gateway is a piece of networking hardware which is used in telecommunication. Fine. So it helps us to connect multiple networks or multiple small networking components to create a telecommunication network.
Firstly, we will start with what is a network topology. We have some nodes and we have to arrange these nodes so that we can establish communication among all the nodes. Topology means arrangement of nodes of a computer network. Say I have to arrange all these nodes so that I can establish communication among all the nodes. Topology can be viewed as a layout of a computer network. Topology can be viewed as a physical topology and logical topology. Physical topology means where I am going to place all these nodes. This is what physical topology. Say I can place all these 3 nodes in ground floor of my building. I can also take these 2 nodes to the first floor of my building. And the placement of these nodes is called as physical topology. Logical topology means how the data is going to flow from this node to this node. This node may be in ground floor, this node may be in first floor. How I am going to deal with the data flow in the network, that is viewed as the logical topology. Simply, topology means the arrangement of nodes in such a way that we have to make communication among all the nodes. We will see what are the various topologies: bus, ring, star, mesh and hybrid. We will see one by one in detail. Bus topology. In bus topology, there is a common transmission medium and all nodes are connected to this transmission medium. Suppose if node A wants to send some data to node B, and it can send the data over this transmission medium, and all nodes will receive this transmission, that is the data. Now the problem with this approach is, if A wants to send some data to B, everyone will receive a copy of the data signal including B, but all others will deny or reject this packet. Why? Because this data signal is intended to the recipient B and not to anyone else in the network. So now we will see what is a bus topology as per the definition. All data transmitted between nodes in the network is transmitted over this common transmission medium. This is the common transmission medium and all nodes will receive the signal simultaneously. This transmission medium is capable of sending as well as receiving the data. So the data flow in this transmission medium is bidirectional. It means data can flow in both directions. Coming to the second topology, the ring topology. A ring topology is a bus topology, but in a closed loop. If you observe, this is a bus topology, but this is a closed loop. So here the nodes involved are peer-to-peer LAN topology nodes. It means there is no one is superior in this network and there is no one inferior in this network. All nodes are with equal rights, and that is why we call these nodes are peer-to-peer nodes. And every node will have two connections, one to each of its nearest neighbors. And the communication is always unidirectional. Suppose if this node wants to send some data to this node and the network is set up like the flow of data should be in this direction, and this node will send this data to this node, and this node will forward the data to this node, this node, this node, and finally it will be received by this node. The communication will not happen directly like this. The communication will be like this because the communication pattern of a ring topology is always unidirectional. And you may ask me how this communication will happen. It is with the help of a token. That is why we call this topology as a token ring topology. Now we will see how sending and receiving happens with the help of this token. Let this be a token. Whoever has this token, it means it's their turn to send data. For example, if this node has the token, it means it's the turn of this node to send the data. After some time, the token will be moved on to the next node. It means that it's this computer's turn to send the data. After some point of time, the token will be passed on, and this token will be circulated throughout this network. It means whoever holds this token, it's their time to send their data. And this is how all nodes gets opportunity to send or receive the data. Now we will see the third topology, the star topology. In this case, every node is connected to each other, but not directly, but with the help of a central node. This central node can be a hub or a switch. We will deal elaborately about hub and switch in the upcoming lectures. For time being, you just make a note of this hub or a switch as a central device or a central node. And this is going to do the entire centralized administration. And all traffic must pass through the hub or a switch. Suppose if this node wants to send some data to this node, so obviously this is going to send the data to the central node, which is the hub or the switch here, and it is the responsibility of this hub or switch to forward the data to this node, that is the destination. If you observe keenly, in the previous cases, there were chances for other nodes to receive a copy of the data, but here if this node wants to send some data to this node, and this is going to be the path of this communication, and there is no way for others to hear this communication or see this communication.
I hope students you understood the details of this chapter. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.